So the psychoanalytic movement continued to offer explanations of new phenomena even after Freud had passed away in 1939. And it used new ideas, for example, how to understand the unconscious mechanisms inside of a child. These new ideas that were important in bringing the movement forward into the middle and latter part of the 20th century. We also noticed that some of its claims have found modest, although not overwhelming empirical, that is experimental support. Most of those claims, many of those claims at least, have to do with concepts that have now made their way into common sense. As we think about our own behavior, we do well to think of such things as projection, defense mechanisms, not as inherently dysfunctional and to be avoided at all costs, but rather we do well to ask ourselves, are these the best options among those that are available? Are there other things that we could do instead of, for example, ghosting someone who used to be a close friend? Asking and making progress with these questions is, I want to suggest, part of living an examined life. For our contemporary terms, not necessarily something that the ancients in Athens, for example, would have noticed, would have acknowledged as being part of the examined life. But it seems to me we can make a good case that it's one that we all would want to be able to cultivate and develop in ourselves. In particular, this involves not just knowing that something is true of ourselves, but knowing how to respond to challenges that we face in a way that's helpful. This is knowledge how, not knowledge that, ability knowledge, not propositional knowledge. And once we have the concepts of, for example, various defense mechanisms, we can then have a chance at least of spotting in our own behavior and the behaviors of those that we care about, those cases in which someone seems to be exemplifying a defense mechanism, and then we can stand back and ask, is that the best thing that I can do in response to the situation that arises? In many cases, the answer might be yes. But in some cases, we might ask whether there's another option that might be more helpful, more likely to preserve a friendship or a marriage, a loving relationship with a parent or a child. Those things are things that we generally try to cherish, we would like to value, we would like to keep going for a very long time. Defense mechanisms sometimes get in the way. And self-knowledge, in particular self-knowledge how, gives us the beginnings of a set of tools to help us to keep it from doing so.